Hi, Jennifer. Thanks for your post and your feedback for this week. I just wanted to touch base on something that you mentioned, and you mentioned the fact about the United States and adapting to the international system as it began to play a dominant role within the international system, and the fact and the fact of one of these adaptations being national security. And all this just made me think about the post Cold War fault line and the post 9/11 fault line, or today, because interesting enough, both fault lines have caused dramatic adaptations to the international system and national security. But in my opinion, these adaptations are somewhat shifts in different directions. So the post Cold War fault line was a shift in one direction for adaptations to the international system and national security, and the post 9/11 fault line is a shift in a complete opposite direction with the international system and national security. So I just want to give an example of these differences that I saw, and an example is the military and national security with both of the fault lines, because our textbook author mentioned that after the Cold War we saw a decrease in the expenditure level and force size because of negotiations with the Soviet Union, and both sides deciding that they would decrease their nuclear weapons, decrease military to ensure that the same type of situation wouldn't happen again. But however, after 9/11, maybe I was probably just thinking why of the two were different. But after 9/11, it was probably a different shift because of the direct attack on the home front. But we saw an increase in expenditure level, and definitely an increase with military force and military size because of all the people beginning to volunteer and all that. So I'm sure there's other differences. This is just the main difference that came into my mind. And so these differences just made me think about the difference in national security threats. And there was also probably differences because of the different national security threats, as well as the difference in how the world was at the time of these two different events. So thank you for your post, and I look forward to hearing more.